What's going on, guys? So we're back with another stream. We're gonna do you guys give me a job and we'll apply to it, and I'll show you what I would do if I really wanted that job. If assuming you give me like a decent job, I guess, or something that I know about. So this will be the web development edition. So if you're currently looking for a job or find a job that you really want, just drop it over there, and we'll start researching it and figure out how we can apply to that job specific to you and your skill set. Hopefully it'll be good. Drop this in here. How's your Monday, everybody? One views. Let me know if the chat's not updating. Here we go. Let me know if you get the notifications. What's up, Armand? Did you come from Discord or did you come from notifications? Andrew, what's up? Eric, what's up? How's it going? For the people that watch this on the recording, just skip forward till we, cool. Nice haircut. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Got that on the Marine base because people were staring at me when I went to the gym because I have the longer civilian hair. Glad to see you online. Hey, thanks, man. Glad to have you. Came for notifications. Okay, so it took a minute for the notifications to kick in. I'm looking at chat over here. The camera's over here. So if you got a job that you want to apply for or something that you like, you found something in your area, link it to me. We'll do some research on it. Otherwise, I'll just answer some questions until someone drops some links down below. Love the live recording of applying jobs around the world. Hey, thanks. I think that was it was pretty fun. There was a lot of requests for that, so I was like, you know what? Let's see if we can get some more specific. Castro, what's up? Kevin, Zavala, how's it going? Austin, welcome aboard. Kyle, never been active in the chat, but you talked to your boss and got a promotion to start web dev. Your vids encouraged me to get going with it, dude. Good job. Nice work for having the courage to do it, man. I know it's not hard. I know it's hard and it's not easy, especially when you gotta walk in and you want something from the boss. Brett, what's up? Bernard, what's up? Chris, how's it going? We're just waiting on someone that has a job in mind that they're applying for, and then we'll go in and we'll debug it. So maybe doing this live isn't the best because maybe someone here hasn't found a job that they want to apply for, but maybe this would be like recording and I could take submissions and then show you how I would apply to those. That could be fun. All right. Lawrence. David, what's up? Any recommendations for full stack devs? What does that mean? Juan Carlos, what's up, man? All right, we got one. All right, let's see how we're gonna do this. So, I'm funny. What's up, dude? Hardik, you're always here, dude. What's up? Tampa, Florida, over a month ago. So we need to figure out first if this is still a live job posting. In order to do that, we're gonna do a quick little Google here. Figure out more about the company. Entry-level careers, experience careers, technology careers. Okay, so I'm not sure how this is working, but we'll jump in here. I assume you're going to do entry. Well, let's do technology careers. Ladies and gentlemen, we got them. This is an interesting concept. Your channel has been encouraging. Pretty neat stuff. Hey, thanks, man. Quick questions. Anyone have a portfolio project need to be 100% complete, or is it okay to show employers work in progress? Try to avoid work in progress if you can. Entry-level tech opportunities here. How long, So it looks like this is an internship. Let's go back to this. US IT Tech Lead. Glassdoor. You can hit up the Glassdoor reviews. So let's come over here to interviews. Experience associate review, consulting. Is there anything with IT because like I have to log in to see this, but I'm not going to log in if there's nothing to do with IT in here. This is a huge company, 21K reviews. This is huge. Associate. Not seeing a whole lot of. There's 8,000 reviews and be scrolling for 9 miles. Let's go back to the job. IT. Okay. IT project manager, IT integration. We just want like okay, so tech lead, .NET and JavaScript here, 11 days ago. So the posting that you linked me here is over 1 month ago, but we just reconfirmed that they are still hiring for this in Tampa, Florida. Oh, you can't see anything that I'm doing. Dang it. My bad. Here we go. All right, let me swap songs. This is weird. All right, so you can see this here. Can zoom in for you. This was the job that you linked me. US IT Tech Lead JavaScript Full Stack, and right here it says posted over 1 month ago. So we had to confirm that it was actually recent, which we did confirm here. US IT Tech Lead 11 days ago. So we know this is still relevant. Let's go ahead and click on it. Where does this take us? So the job. So this gives us way more information about this job, I think. No, it's basically 6 years of progressive roles managing IT architecture and engineering designs and domains. Do you have 6 years experience? Guy who linked that, do you have 6 years experience? I need to know. I can't do much unless I know your experience. So how about this? If you link the job, include a little bit of experience so I can know where you're coming from. Yeah. So move on to the next one. Not to sound demanding. Yeah, I meant to do that, but yeah. Any places you recommend for finding projects for building a portfolio? You can type portfolio project examples JavaScript on Google and you'll come up with a whole bunch. Brett Bender. Let's take a look here. Recruiting. All right, so back out of this one. I'm gonna change this chat text because it's actually cancer. Hold on. Hopefully you can read this a little better. CS Masters at online university. I don't really know. What site is this, Josh? I don't know. People are just linking them to me. So this is for Vitamix, full time in Ohio, posted January 11th, 2019. All right. So this is Java, C#, Oracle, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I don't know what integration technology is. I'm not familiar with that. Experience with QA. Familiar with standard software design patterns, object-oriented design. Can learn. Understanding, proficiency. Yeah. I mean, this is all about learning. 1 year experience, ability to code in .NET and Java is a plus. So basically, ability to code in general is a plus. Bachelor's degree, so, or combination of education and equivalent work experience. So what we need to do, we need to find, this is for Vitamix job board. So I'm gonna come up here to the URL, and I'm gonna shorten this and see what else they got posted. Nothing. Anything here? All right, so this is Vitamix opportunities is what you were looking for, right? So we should start researching what kind of questions for web developer, because this is the one that you linked me here. Did I get a job at Google? No, I don't want a job at Google. I just did the interview for you guys. So they posted a lot of jobs on January 11th. So we need to go to Vitamix. Let's search up some Vitamix. Let's see what kind of interviews they got going. Sales, web developer interview. All right, so let me sign in real quick, and then we'll make it worth it. Alright, so we're back here. Web developer interview. Process took 2+ months. So you're looking at a pretty long application time here, but this was in 2015, so long ago. Received an email, got a phone interview. At the end of the call, you were informed that they did not have a timeline for the next steps. Okay, so the key thing I would ask for if you do get an interview here is, can I have a timeline for what it's going to look like when we're moving towards this position. Interview questions: which of the core values did I align with the most? So we'll take this information right here, and we're gonna go to Glassdoor or Google, and we're gonna look up Vitamix core values. Search for values. Nope. Core. Nope. We'd have to do a little Google here to figure out what the core values are. So you could probably watch this video. So what I would do, I'd note this down. They want core values, super important. And when you're interviewing, make sure to have that timeline set in stone, because these seem to be a couple issues. What else we got in here? Any other? Can I search these? I forget. Yeah, so let's do web developer. Okay, so not really a whole lot for web developer. This is all we get for Vitamix. You had a phone interview. Actually, they said they'd get back to me in 2 weeks, hopefully. But did you ask them what that timeline looks like? 2 weeks is a really long time to get back to after a phone interview, dude. Like normally, like 7 days is a lot. 2 weeks after the phone interview is insane. Because that's probably just a screening if they asked you like technical stuff. Did they ask you about like core values and stuff like that? Bleak Light, what's up, man? How's it going? Okay. So there's not a whole lot going for this Vitamix here. Doesn't look too bad though. 1 year experience, definitely junior. Culture, assist in bringing a culture of improvement. So, and this is all pretty junior specific. Doesn't really say much of what you'd be doing. The interview was 10 minutes, super short. So that was a phone screening. That doesn't sound like a real interview, really. And so 2 weeks for that is a really long time. I would follow up with them before 2 weeks, just to confirm. Just follow up and be like, hey, do you need any more information from me? Let me know if you do so. Still excited about the job posting. Thank you. Is CodeGym legit? I think you put a comment earlier. I haven't actually had a chance to Google CodeGym yet. Luis Delgado, what's up, man? You mentioned using Trello in your last video. Is that really necessary? You never used it. It's not really necessary. Applying for internships is a different process than applying for a job? No, an internship is a job. Career fair for one of your majors. No on-job experience. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Andrew Keller, you want to see software engineer intern, Jacksonville, Florida. All right, let's hit this up. T-SQL, SQL, model view controller, can use APIs. 20 hours a week, GPA. Okay, so this is one of those companies that cares about your GPA, but I don't really think it matters. I never put my GPA. Elasticsearch. Must be creative and innovative thinker. It's kind of difficult to prove. They don't want to micromanage you, which means they probably will micromanage you. This is just like a warning. Enterprise application development with .NET. They don't teach you this in college. What are they looking for? So this is for Cura. 20 hours a week. Doesn't really say what you're going to be doing in here. Just JavaScript and modern frameworks. So whatever they decide to put you on is whatever you're going to learn for the internship. Let's go ahead and Google this company, though. 5-star rating. Wow. But only like 3 people work here. Okay. Taking Treehouse courses, Python, Coursera course on algorithms. Could you put the certificate of completion? I would probably avoid that. I would just let those projects show for themselves. Should you apply for internships even though you're graduating in May? No, don't apply for internships. Apply for regular jobs. Let the people who think they're only good enough for internships apply for internships. And because they don't realize the difference between a junior developer and an internship is who gets the CTO a cup of coffee from the break room every morning. That's literally the difference. Someone write that down. Put it on a shirt. All right, let's look at these here. Salaries. 28 to 30K, 42 to 46K. That's not real good. Interview. Trainer, account manager. There's nothing really here we can look at as far as coding goes. No cons, innovative and fun place to work. Dedicated CEO. So what I would do, I would use these Glassdoor reviews to get a little inside info on the CEO. Craig Mandeville, we can maybe look him up on LinkedIn. Zoom in here. All right. Founder and CEO of, hold on, let me move this over. Move this here. So here's the CEO of the company that you wanted me to look for. It doesn't have that as a I'm just trying to figure out what his skills are. He was a territory manager. Not really sure what this is doing. You need to get more information to figure out what they're doing. And according to these salaries, it looks like they pay a little low. I'll be careful with that. Any chance you read my DM? Maybe. I'm just trying to get some background on him because this seems like a really small company. So when you go into the interview, you could be like, hey, I did some research. Like, he has posts here, right? 3 key takeaways from whatever this is. And then you can figure out whatever this is that he's talking about. And when we go into the interview, you can be like, oh, yeah, I read your post on LinkedIn about XYZ. And chances are, because this company is so small, you're going to be having a one-on-one with the CEO. So, I don't know. That'd be my pro tip for this job. What else we got? What else we got? Is adding on my resume that I'm proficient in? No, don't add proficient. Don't add good. Don't add comfortable with. Don't grade yourself on your skills. They'll grade you when they give you a code test and they look at your results. Don't grade yourself. Don't do that. Check out this job. No link. I'm just gonna remove chat because it's getting in the way. Who else did we get here? Okay, we got Bleak Light's job. We'll take a look at Bleak Light's job here. Link Mental Health. All right. Internship from Mississauga. All right, let's go here. Early stage startup. Please send your resumes. So they want a direct application, which means you get to skip directly this LinkedIn application. Apply now. Just go ahead and send it here. Experience with MongoDB and Asset. So this isn't a requirement. This is like a plus. Experience with Git. You can push. You know how to do all that stuff. Google Analytics. So if you have any experience with digital marketing, might be able to talk about that here. What else we got? How many people work here? Let's look at the team. 1 to 10 employees. So this is for Canada. Doesn't say anything about, okay, so these are looking like they're all going to be unpaid positions. Especially this internship position, it looks like it's going to be unpaid because this graphic designer intern is unpaid. So essentially what you are is a volunteer. And I wouldn't work for free for someone else. I would work for free only to build your own portfolio. I'd be like, hey, yo, let me build you a website for free, blah, 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 because you can put that on your resume. And you know, you've made it for someone else. It's your product out there. Whereas if you take this, you're building someone else's product for free. Like, you might learn a couple of nuggets of, you know, information, but you're going to learn that the same trying to freelance. And on top of freelancing, you're going to get all that sales experience, that uncomfortable awkwardness trying to talk to people you don't really know. It's just going to make you a more valuable asset to go down that road, I think. I don't understand why they even have an application process for something that's unpaid. You could literally show up at their door, like their company office. I know it's remote, but like, and just be like, yo, I'd like to shadow you guys for a while. It's literally the same thing. I don't even know why you have to apply. This is all just making it look more prestigious than it is. Armand, hit you up about some books. All right, dude, do it. Let me know if this is helpful. But if you really want it, we can go back to it here. I mean, they're asking a lot of qualifications here for something they're not even going to pay you to do. So, in all honesty, I feel like they don't really have any room to talk. They're not even offering you equity or a chance to get paid after this internship. I just be real careful with this. An opportunity to be part of a startup. Okay, that's a dime a dozen. With plans to expand nationally. All right, remember that most startups fail at 80%. I'm not trying to talk you out of this, but I kind of am trying to talk you out of this. Autonomy to make decisions early in your career without worry of overmanaging. They're not paying you. If you're gonna if you're gonna try to micromanage me and you're not paying me, bye. You think you will still go for it if you can do part-time? It doesn't matter if you can do part-time. Like, you can literally just be like, yo, I'll just work here. And then, like, don't feel like I would work for yourself before I would do this for free. I feel like, I don't know, they're not offering you anything in return. They're limiting you and you're doing free work for them. How much can you get after 4 years experience in front-end web dev? I mean, as much as you want. What are you valued at? You know? If anything, I would ask for money. I would just be like, look, I have bills. I'm trying to pay some bills. And I would ask for money. Otherwise, I'd be on the lookout for anything else that paid money and freelance on the side. Let's take a look at Carlos's job. The page you requested cannot be found, Carlos. Please try again. Let's take a look at this one. All right, we got one in Texas. Software developer, summer intern. 1 year experience. This just, it's intern. They just have to put that. Handle multiple projects simultaneously. Okay, so, I mean, that's pretty standard. Develops, codes, tests, and debugs new moderately complex software solutions. Oh, what is with all this fluff? What are you doing? React applications, Angular applications, Java web services, GUI, Subversion. So this is their version control software. So if you don't know Subversion, I would get going on that. Object-oriented analysis design, good analytical and problem solving. Experience with databases and unit testing is a definite plus, so you don't actually need that. Hit up SQL Bolt for a couple days, you'll be all right. It doesn't say a whole lot about it. What we could do is figure out let's just Google Glassdoor for Sabre. Oh man. Alright, maybe let's look for senior software developer, 100K a year. Josh, is there a free version of your resume template? You gotta support the channel, bro. That's not fair. Don't guilt trip me. That's why I do the resume review videos. So you get most of it, but so pays 100K. Let's type in intern here. See what intern looks like. This pays pretty good. 3 to 5K a month, $29 an hour, $27 an hour. So the pay is actually pretty good for this job, my dude. Vinsal, what's up? 70 to 100 a day or a month. What does that mean? What if the applier literally slacked in every single class? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Degree it just means that you dedicated yourself enough to be able to pass tests. But this is a large company. I knew this was going to be a large company. I mean, you can just tell from the way that this website is laid out. I imagine if I clicked apply now, it would have me upload my resume and my job experience, and then it would have me retype in everything on my resume, like line by line, and go into the drop downs and select my highest like education achieved, and like I can just tell it's one of those companies. SuccessFactors.com, yeah. But the pay is good. If you can get in here, the pay is definitely good. I don't know. Did you have any specific questions about Sabre? It looks like a pretty decent job. I mean, for $29 an hour, directly before you've even graduated. Not a whole lot of detail on what you'd be doing here, though. Maybe you could go to interview processes on Glassdoor if you want. You're also applying for that job? Do it. Do you also help people outside of the U.S.? Yeah, I can. Can you look at Asurion in Virginia? Link it to me. So we got Chauvin. All right, let's hit up this job. All right, so 5 to 10 hours a week. Are you guys specifically looking for internships? I feel like no one has linked like a software developer job. They've always been 2019 summer internship, intern. I don't know if you guys are specifically looking for these, but let's see. You got to remember if you're in college and you're looking for an internship, every single person in college is told to look for an internship. So everything tagged with internship on the name on any job site is just going to be slammed with people in college. Whereas if you apply for junior developer, there's not going to be that many. So Photoshop, Wix. Oh, what? All right, I'd be very careful here. I would be very careful if it. Yeah, I mean one of the experiences is Wix, WordPress, Squarespace. Okay, so I would go into this interview and I would ask them if this is going to be an e-commerce related role, or is this a design? So it's web design. Okay. I feel like if you take this, Squarespace and Wix aren't really going to transfer anywhere because you're going to be stuck inside Squarespace and Wix's like themes. Like this would be good to have for design. WordPress is good to have because you can make custom templates and plugins and stuff. But these other two are pretty limiting. A year experience of Squarespace, you can learn Squarespace in 10 minutes. Assist with coding and implementing custom WordPress themes. So I would ask what that means because right here all it says is HTML that you're going to be doing. I would seriously be like, well, what kind of coding? Do I get to learn PHP? I don't know if you want to do that. Populate new websites with copy and content. So you're also going to be doing a lot of SEO. You might get to put that on your resume, or you could talk about your interest in SEO. That's what this sentence means right here. New websites with copy and content. That means you're writing good, engaging text on the screen that comes up in Google search results. You can charge, like I looked on Fiverr today, how much it costs to write good copy. People are charging $115 for 100 plus words of good copy. So I would keep that in mind. It looks like an okay start. If they're going to pay you to do it, I would definitely do it, and I would figure out everything that they're doing at this. Like it seems like a design agency, Envisioned Creative Art. and I would learn everything there, and then I would take all those skills and move to a small startup company and be like, hey, I've been doing web development, web design a little bit, but mostly digital marketing, but I'm looking to move towards web development. So now you're bringing all these skills to a smaller startup. I don't know, it's a good place to transfer. That's kind of how I see this job. If you're applying at the internship level, should you apply to the junior job as well then? Just apply to the junior job. They'll tell you if you're not qualified. Maybe you should apply to the intern. Otherwise, you're going to look like... There's going to be a significant pay difference in a junior position and an intern position, and there's not a significant responsibility difference. So the only difference on your end is your confidence to apply to one or the other. Is pay by project good? I'm of the mindset of paid on results. So I get paid on results, not time spent, not hours in a seat, not any of that. Paid on results. So pay by project, flat rates. Yes. Because degree is important to some jobs. I would say it's more important to like HR ladies. Even if you're still in school finishing, yes. I've known actually, I've had 3 or 4 students get jobs while they were still learning, with me, and that was fine. I never tell anyone to apply to an internship because it's just, don't do that to yourself. What else we got? All right. Opening up this other one here. Senior full stack software engineer. All right. Now we get some challenge here. How will we look at this? Please check your message. I was wondering what the next step beyond a master's in web dev should be. You shouldn't. Is there a degree, a master's in web dev? You don't need a master's. You just need projects. You need to build things. You need to have things that work. You can have a degree, but what can you make me? If I were to bring you onto my company right now and I said, all right, I need an application with a Firebase backend and a React front end. I'm going to be implementing some e-commerce with some custom Stripe API integration. Can you make that? Maybe. Probably not. Highly motivated, full stack, yep. Lean startup methodologies, okay. So you'll need to know all about agile, data-driven, collaborate with people, blah, blah, blah. At least 3 years. 5 is preferred. Wow, they're calling you senior at 3 years. So this is a pretty flexible company. So if you're a senior at 3 years, are you a junior or a mid-level at 1.5? Let's see. I would apply for the shit out of this job. I don't have 5 years experience. I would apply for this job. The only thing I don't really know would be this stuff here. Broad expertise in Java. AWS services. Not all of these. Some of these. Yeah, you'd have to apply. So this job's going to give you a tech test. 130% you're going to get a technical test of please make this thing in X amount of time, or please do this whiteboard problem. And I know that because strong computer science fundamentals means you're about to get some fun, cracking the code algorithm test type deal. Software for Agile, so Jira, Trello, testing. So this is for Angular, JavaScript. It has pretty good ratings. Let's look at what this looks like on Glassdoor. Do you have any videos on whiteboard testing? It's not really my forte. I've done a few, but it's hard to say. Sometimes they're related to the job, and then sometimes they're not related to the job. So the React interview that's on my front page of the channel, where they're like, please tell me about the React lifecycle. The emphasis of that job was on accessibility, tab navigation, and different color blindnesses. That was the emphasis of the job. And so that's what I prepared to talk about and be able to do on the fly. And they're like, oh, by the way, here's a React app, make this from scratch. And I was like, wait, what? So it's hard to just make I can make a video about any type of code, and that could potentially be a whiteboard problem. How much is the one-on-one program? 500 a month. So 1.5K salaries. Let's type in software, see what comes up. Software engineer 3. So this is senior, right? So about 97K. Let's go to interviews. Problem manager. Junior software developer, okay. We get some idea. Code in a Google document while the interview observed. They got you a rental car and a hotel to interview in person. 4 groups of 1 to 2 people. Okay. Design a dictionary, right? So there's a problem right there that you could write down and prepare for this job. Obviously this is junior, but Java developer, let's see what they got here. They seem to be a little bit about culture, right? Asked about my hobby. Design a blog websites about that hobby. A little bit of digital marketing here, right? How do you maintain traffic? Stop me in the middle and ask me to write a binary search algorithm. So there's another one you could write down to prepare for this company. Software engineer interview. Code challenges, 1 design round. Yeah, this is what I would do. I would just keep moving. I would just keep moving through this and just noting down every single one of these types of problems that you see and prepare for those. You just started learning how to code after JS. What would be my next step? You need to learn a library for JS. Like, I don't know, pick up jQuery. jQuery is easy enough. People still use it. It's very direct. You can get comfortable with like DOM events and stuff like that without using vanilla. And then you should do React or Vue. People can tell you that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be hard. This is one of those companies where I wouldn't go to LinkedIn and look like for people that I would look for engineers that work there, but I would not message the CTO. I would not message the CEO. I would not message anyone else, but maybe some older engineers. Don't message the newer engineers because the newer engineers got a job. They're not looking at LinkedIn anymore. Okay, they're done. Like the only time people are on LinkedIn is when they're unemployed or they want a new job. So if you see they just started recently, avoid it. They're not going to look at their LinkedIn to update that little section until they're ready to move on. So message people that have been there for a few years. They might be on the low key looking for a new job. I'm Funny wants to know this one. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Senior front-end developer, remote for Sticker Mule. Oh, I've applied to this job. They didn't even respond to me. I remember this. I think this is a European company. 90 to 115,000. Signing bonus. 30 days vacation. Let me just say, prepare for a shitload of competition for this job. People are going to see this and this and this, and they're going to see remote. And this is going to be competitive. If you really wanted to stand out here for this job, I'm Funny, I would make an application using these. Of whatever it is you want, make an application using this and then apply. Just make a super, super, super basic version of Ruby on Rails with Postgres, a React front end so you can get the React Rails gem, GraphQL for your API, and maybe hit up Docker, right? And just say, hey, I was doing some research on your company, and I've actually tried to recreate an application using a stack similar. If you'd like to take a look at it, here it is. And just, put that in your cover letter. I'm pretty sure this is a smaller company, though. Yeah, if you're collaborating with team leads and stakeholders here, it's going to be a pretty small company if you're talking with, company stakeholders. Mentor junior devs. So if you have any teaching experience, helping people out, maybe Stack Overflow, I'd mention that. I mean, thanks for what you're doing. Hey, thanks, man. Which company is this in Sterling? This is remote, I believe. I think it's European. Let me know if I'm missing any questions. Cool, you'll make one? Okay, I think that would be like that'd be your best bet. I've seen this on We Work Remotely a lot. I bet you it's on there right now. Let me look. Customer support, we can skip that. Business programming. So this is where I find a lot of remote jobs. I'll move this over a little bit. Nope, no sticker Mule. Interesting. This is where I applied to it the first time. Okay. You could probably go on Glassdoor. So we can type that in. Get a good look at what they were talking about. Because you have to understand, if it's remote and 6 figures, that's insane. Yeah, see, 3 reviews, 15 jobs, 4 salaries. This is a tiny company. You're going to have a lot of competition. Have you tried Upwork for remote freelancing, or you don't recommend freelance? I recommend. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me, Alice? Upwork just takes 20%. That's the only thing. So like, if you have to charge 20% of whatever your rate is, which can get expensive. So if you're like charging, $30 an hour, now you have to charge way more just to be able to take home what you normally take home. Like, even Patreon doesn't take 20%. They take 10%. That's a lot. No offer. You can see here, no offer, no offer, no offer, no offer. It's the same position that you just linked me. Funny. No offer, no offer, no offer. So you're gonna see what I mean. This is gonna be a competitive job. But you could come in here. So take home coding challenge. It was very easy. Same exact canned responses others here have reported getting. I got the same canned response too. Canned HackerRank test link with 3 questions. Here's 1 interview questions. Yeah. So I wouldn't get too enchanted with this position. Thanks for answering the question. Love the videos. Hey, thanks, man. What would you say is the average salary for junior entry-level software dev in the United States where I live? About 45 to 55,000. 45 on the low end. 50,000 was what I made at my first job. Why all the negative? None of them received job offers, and they all applied for the same position. You can just scroll and scroll. No offer, no offer, no offer. Everyone's getting no offers. And I didn't get an offer either. I didn't even get an interview. I just got a canned response. I didn't even get the HackerRank coding challenge. So this is like a super, super picky company. So I would definitely have that abundance mentality if you're going to go in for this one here. Eric, do I recommend using vanilla React and React Router and a static site like Next.js or Gatsby to create a progressive web app with a Node and Graph? I mean, that's a pretty technical question. Vanilla React and React Router. I'd probably just use vanilla React and React Router. I'm not an expert on Next.js. Okay. Love the easy interviews. Yeah. You're in accounting, but you don't know anything about coding. Is it possible for career change coding that hard? I have a mechanical engineering degree. I didn't know anything about coding, and I moved. I started learning code at 25. Now I'm 28, and I started at 25, got my first job at 25, 3 months, and now it's been a little over 3 years. How do you feel about applying through companies who contact you through Indeed? Chances are, if they're contacting you through Indeed, it's going to be a recruiter. Recruiters are on the lookout, looking for resumes, throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. Not so much companies. They pay recruiters to do that. That's why they exist. Give you hope at 27? Yeah, man, you can do it. I mean, I was in the industry for like 3 years before I was like, yeah, nope. I mean, this is good. I like tech. I like stuff, but I like kind of just doing it my own way. And that's the great thing about code. You can climb a corporate ladder, reach the top of a corporate ladder. You can do it yourself, become an entrepreneur. You can make a startup. That's different than being an entrepreneur, right? That's like getting money, doing the whole venture capitalist route. You can just be a freelancer, work contract to contract. You can be a digital nomad. Like, there's a lot of jobs that you can't do that with. Like a doctor, you got to be at the hospital for how many days a week? You got to bill for your hours. Whereas you can be on the beach billing for hours if you want. Where did you get your first job? Second, LinkedIn Angel List. So I got my first job off Angel List. Second was Indeed. Third was Stack Overflow. Fourth was Indeed.
Auto shutdown initiated.
Auto shutdown enabled. No. Hold on. Put the music back on.
Auto shutdown canceled.
I like this little English lady's voice in my headphones. Pass 2 out of 3, but you don't expect for the last will be your first job is for React and Kotlin Java dev. Dude, you just got to do what you got to do, man. Don't worry about it. Will the Patriots take it all? I mean, they do like every year, so it's gonna be the Patriots or the Broncos. And I don't even watch football. That chick freaked me out. Yeah. What do you think makes a strong resume to get you into that technical interview? It's not so much the resume; it's the cover letter. Cover letter gets them to open your resume, and once you're on the resume, you got 4 seconds. So they need to see your skills, and those skills better match what's on that job posting. Nope, they lost last year. You hate New England? Dude, I don't watch football. I literally have no idea about football. Ask Craig. Craig posts about the Patriots on Facebook all the time. Matt Cook hits me with the $5. Matt, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Hopefully this is helping you out. If this is helping you out, please, I don't know, just hit the thumbs up. Maybe put a smiley face or something. You hear cover letters are hit or miss. It depends on the company. Smaller companies go off cover letters. Bigger companies have an automated software that looks at cover letters. So that's hit or miss with an automated software. How's the chance for the opportunity for non-U.S. citizens applying to remote U.S. companies? Thank you. Yeah, so you're going to have a chance, but you're going to be a contractor. If you want to work, if you're outside the U.S. and you want to work for a U.S. company, you're going to be probably ticked as a contractor because it costs them money to get a visa. Companies have to pay money to get you a visa and then pay money to bring you here. And they had to prove that they couldn't hire someone locally in the area to do the job. It's just a lot easier for them to call you a contractor and just send you, just pay you that way. You saw that I was talking about Dev Mountain last stream. Would you still say it's a good boot camp to attend? You're in Dallas, Texas, if that matters. It's not. I wouldn't go there. It doesn't have a guarantee. It doesn't have a guarantee. I actually saw that comment and I responded to you in the chat. I tagged you. I put at Isaac avoid. And that's what I would still say. It doesn't have a guarantee. It's a different school now. They've been bought out by Capella, which is basically like DeVry and ITT, and then Capella got bought out by Strayer University, which is like Phoenix University, and we all know Phoenix University isn't real. So, any resources for his senior developers start deploy? What do you mean, Matthew? How senior developers start and deploy a website application? That's more of DevOps. It's more of a DevOps job, depending on how big the company is. DevOps usually take care of deploying and continuous integration. Fans of Penguin, great to hear you. Hey, thanks, man. Would Code Academy be a good start if that makes a huge... check out Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp is good. Code Academy is good. Don't pay money until you are sure that you want to at least pursue it somewhat. You've been looking at Flatiron here in NYC, but that cost is wild. You believe it's $15K. There's 2 people in my Discord. His name is Sherm. He goes to Flatiron right now. He is on the online program, and it was $10K for him. He seems to enjoy it. It's got a guarantee, but living in New York is expensive. Plus $15K, that seems expensive. You can message him on Discord. His name is Sherm. I think his icon is like a box of Fruit Loops. Oh, check out the Solo Learn app. Yeah, Solo Learn on your phone. That's always a good one. It's free. They have little they have lots of stuff. Getting a lot of questions about jobs. Let me go to full screen here so it feels a little bit more personal. All right, I'm gonna move this over. All right. Where are we at? How do you manage to stay updated when every minute something new is coming up? Is something becoming more difficult with each passing day? It's not more difficult. It's like once you know the concepts transfer. But how do I do it? I teach code. So people always ask me questions about this and that. And I do live streams and people are asking me questions about this and that. And then it prompts me to go research these things. Did everyone from my bootcamp eventually find a job? No. We started with 30 people at Dev Mountain, and we ended with like 3 or 4 people. Me, this other dude named Jeff, me and my buddy Jeff got jobs, and there was one other person who was like really good and really smart in the class, and he just got a job like 6 months ago, like 3 years later. Do you think it would take years of experience in the industry where someone could even be trusted as a digital nomad? A digital nomad is just a title. I mean, you can work remote and then just go work wherever you want. The title digital nomad is it's more of like a culture thing, right? Living off the grid, using global currency arbitrage, right? So working for a company in the US, living in a cheap country like Indonesia or something, right? And then you get to leverage the power of that currency conversion, which makes you a king in Indonesia. It's more of a culture thing with digital nomad. How many years it takes, it doesn't matter. It's about having trust with your employer. How do you feel about quitting your full-time jobs for a contract job? I mean, contract job is a contract job. It's going to expire, and so the whole time, at least for me, if I were to take a contract, I wouldn't be able to do very good work because the whole time I would be thinking about, okay, what am I going to do next to pay my bills once this contract is over? You haven't been able to find a boot camp in your area with a guarantee. Time to get back to searching. So do you want like in person? You know, like if you want in person, it's going to be difficult in New York because New York is already expensive. There are online programs. Like obviously, I'm going to say Lambda School. You could check out. Flatiron has online. Lambda has online. Block.io has online. Open Classrooms, where I teach, has online. But if you want that in-person kind of deal, you got to do what you got to do, I guess. What would the strategy be for applying for jobs like engineering practicum from Google? I'm not sure. I've never seen that job posting. Knock people and reach out to CTO or CEOs of startups. I'd be careful with that. Hey Josh, how's Patrick's doing? He's doing good. We're going to make a video soon. Adam, night's going good. 8:53. We've been streaming for about an hour. Wow, this went quick. Videos are really helpful. Thanks for making them. You think the confidence is a big challenge and you are positive and make things doable. They are doable. Like you don't have to feel a certain way to be able to do something. You just got to do it. See you later. Funny later, man. Yeah, portfolio is your everything. But if you can bring skills to the table, like actual real skills to the table besides a portfolio, like digital marketing, for example, a lot of companies are moving towards digital marketing, business to business, Facebook ads, social media ads, right? All this stuff, that's an auxiliary skill. And you have to know the programs and how to connect things and Google Analytics and dashboards and data-driven stuff. Like that's a soft skill you could take with you, and then you could have like a super shitty portfolio, but that would make up for it because you have an actual like hard technical skill there. What type of projects should you have on your portfolio as a junior applying for front-end remote jobs? You need to find what that remote job tech stack uses and make one doing that. Gonna start making vids. Gonna do first a review on Treehouse Tech Degree. Cool. That'd be good. Thanks for the content and motivation. You're welcome, man. How hard is it to find remote work as your first? It's just Thank you for the $2, by the way. It's just very, it's competitive. You got people that want to work remote that have already been working for 5 years, and you have people that want to work remote that have never worked remote. And so what are you going to do to bridge that gap to make yourself competitive? That's up to you. That's up to you to maybe establish that you're different personality-wise. You have a crazy drive. You have a crazy work ethic. Doesn't matter what they throw at you, you can do it. How you get that across to them is up to you. For example, you could do a video resume. Just find the CEO's email somehow and send him a video resume and be look, I know you're not hiring for a junior developer that is remote, but hear me out just for a second. That'd be so weird that he'd have to show it to his colleagues, and then I bet you they would reach out. I've done weird stuff like that too, and they reached out to me. I linked someone a blog post that I wrote about their company, about how awesome their company was, and they contacted me, and I was like their top candidate, but then I said no. Are you checking more jobs? Yeah, but people stopped linking. Thanks for the vids and the info. Channels helped me so much. You had your first front interview. You got passed up, but it felt good to feel confident in the process. That's awesome, dude. It's all about the process. Curtis Davis, how's it going, man? Online courses for bootcamp. Let me see. Visit India. All right. All right. I'm missing the questions. I'm trying to get to everybody. Sorry if I miss you. Recently graduated with an MBA. Realized very recently that you enjoy coding and teaching yourself now. You think having an MBA gives me any sort of edge? Not really. No. Most of what an MBA teaches you, I have already learned on my own in the past 3 months of running my own business. And I don't say that to demean your degree or you specifically. It's just that the information is out there if you search for it. And so MBAs are very saturated, very, very saturated, and you need to lean on the school that you got it from most of the time for it to matter. Michael, thanks for the help. Hey, thanks, man. So basically blow them. Struggling posting and getting data from databases. You made good progress for 8 months straight. Now you've hit a wall for the past 3 months. Nah, you hit a wall once, and then you stopped. You can't hit a wall for 3 months. What else? What are your favorite development tools? Editor, debuggers, OS. I'm on Windows. I use Visual Studio Code. Debuggers, I just toss a debugger in. Started Dev Mountain week 2 today. Did you do no DB project while you were there? I did the part-time, so the curriculum is very different than what it was now. We didn't actually have a database. It was all front end. We did no database. It was 2 months. Internships worth it, or should you apply full-time? Always go for full-time. And then if they say no, ask them why. I would fight before I get shoved into an internship position. Thanks for the honest answer. Been watching the videos for a while. It's been helping a lot. Keep up the great work. Hey, Benjamin, I'm not trying to be a douche. I'm really not trying to come off that way in any form. I just see a lot of people with MBAs, and a lot of people are like, I can't get a job, and I have an MBA, I have a master's. This is supposed to get you in, right? It's just is the way it is. How's the unscripted life going, dude? That book was insane. The book is insane. I think about it all the time. Actually, I just changed gyms so that I drive past my work every day when I go to the gym, so I can look at my work and realize how much I hate sitting in that cubicle. So whenever I feel shitty and things aren't going good, I just remember where I would be, and then I'm like, oh, dude, life is good. Didn't get views? Don't care. It's good, man. Unscripted is good. You just like timed algorithm and data tests for big companies. Makes me panic like crazy when you see the timer. I wouldn't worry so much, but I'm in the same boat as you, Giancarlo. I don't panic, but I'm like, oh, one of these. All right, well, let me try and get as far as I can. And so over time, I've just started talking through what I would do and what I'm going to do to solve the problem. Alice hits me with a Arion P, $5. Broke people thank you gift. Hey, thanks, man. That's hardcore. You still haven't taken the plunge analysis paralysis? You'll never know, man. You never know if your parachute open up if you don't jump off the cliff. You never know. It usually doesn't open right away. You get some bruises and some cuts. But you got to jump off the cliff. You got to make that leap. See if the parachute opens up. Alice hits me with an Indeed.com post. Let's go here. Let me bring that back over. All right, so this is Los Angeles. Let's take a look at this. You have a diploma in mechanical. Can you pursue computer if you come abroad? Yeah, absolutely, Gary. 100%. 120%. So I'm going to go back here. We'll take a little look at this. Let me zoom out. Oh, man, this is really tiny for you guys. Where do I put my pic? All right, I'll go over here. And then, there you go. So this is for Google. Software engineering. Oops. We'll move this over. Let's see. Minimum qualifications. So they want you to be in school. They don't actually care if you have the degree or not. They just want you to be in school. They want you to have taken some sort of algorithm classes. So this is software engineering. This is going to be low-level stuff. So C, C++, C#. You got memory management, Java, maybe a little bit of browser development with JavaScript there. Actually, so this is actually a pretty flexible job is what it looks like. So web application dev, Unix environments, mobile application, machine learning. So this seems just like, hey, if you can get into our interview, tell us what you're interested in, and let's make it happen. 12 to 14 week paid internship. You get to learn all about the Google stuff, site reliability. So this just seems like really Google intern, right? Like they bring you in if you can manage to get past the tech tests, and then you tell them what you want to do, and they try to push you to go do that thing. Applications are due by this time. Okay, whenever you see this, just be prepared that there's going to be a lot. And when you get that interview, make sure to get something down pat for like when you're going to get that next phone call, because you got to show that you care. A lot of people care about working at Google, but a lot of people actually, like, they just say they care. But anyways, Alice, I don't know if this is helping you. I really don't know if this is helping you, but this seems very broad, and I would just focus on algorithm, cracking the coding interview problems, hacker rank problems, interview cake problems, and then once you get there, you tell them what you want to do. All right, we got another one. Did I miss one? Do you think I can negotiate to work weekends and remote for a contract job and hold your full-time? I mean, contract's pretty flexible. What about an internship that promises a job? Yeah, I'd probably go with that. That'd be all right, if it's paid. That was helpful, thanks. All right, cool. Glad it was. Miss Ninian hits us with a post in Portland, Oregon. Software engineering container fabric intern. All right, let's take a little look at this here. So, Alice, I guess you're watching on your phone because I just looked at the URL and noticed that it had the mobile in it. So, Portland, Oregon, software engineering. What are you actually going to be doing? Team meetings, pairing, and design sessions. That sounds actually pretty good. Sounds like you learn a lot here. Internal computing platform. So they use Golang, Docker, okay. A cover letter indicating why you're interested in this role. Okay, so what that means is you need to look for everything you can find about this. This looks like a startup. New Relic is a San Francisco best place to work. All right, 100% this is going to be a startup with one office in Oregon. let's see. Yeah, you need to find core values. You need to find what this New Relic company is actually making, right? So figure out what they actually do. Scheduling platform for customers. I don't know how you talk like you're passionate about that, but figure out what they're doing and somehow relate to this platform and why you want to help build this thing. Like maybe you suck at time management and you've always wanted to help develop something for other people to help them managing schedule and time. Write that in your cover letter. I'm just winging this. But you can see cover letter is very, very, very important here. You ever think about coding up a SaaS and trying to sell it? What would the SaaS be? Emilio, you rock. Hey, thanks, man. Do employers look at Bitbucket? Yeah, GitHub, Bitbucket, same thing. Tiago wants to see the Stack Overflow posting here. All right, that'll work. Let's do this. So this is a startup because they're offering equity. That's a pretty big startup. 750 universities, 2 million students. Where are you? Fast-growing company. So web dev tech, automated unit testing. Strong revenue growth. They offer mentorship and meaningful work. Leadership opportunities, that could be good. I mean, this seems pretty standard, if we're being honest. It's just kind of a startup, and they're offering you equity and 80 to 120K. So I would definitely apply here. Life at Top Hat, only 4 people. We'd have to see what people are saying about this in Glassdoor. So let's do that. Top Hat, what I wish I knew before I accepted an offer here. Oof. High turnover. Average tenure is less than 6 months. Oof. But then again, you got to remember, there's a vocal minority. There's always a vocal minority. Like whenever you go have dinner and it was good, you tend to just say, hey, yeah, everything was good. And the waitress said, everything good? Yeah, it was good. But if you're unsatisfied, you're going to make that owners of the restaurant place a living hell. So whenever you read these reviews, just negative minority. So, but grain of salt here. You saw a dude on Fastlane forum, made a SaaS, monitor SEO for specific sites and reports. Dude was making a killing. I would just make a SaaS for my products, right? I would just have products that are monthly recurring, and then over time grow that enough of a user base for me to sell it that user base. I mean, that's what the value is. Scroll down for English. Okay, hold on. You're learning UI UX, and you will learn front end as well in the near future. Any advice for someone interested in both sides like this? Ashley, so this is actually pretty good. What I would do is create a project from start to finish, because if you like design and you like front end development, create the wireframes, create the prototypes, and document the process of creating those prototypes using front end web development technologies, HTML, SAS, Bootstrap, whatever, right? What I mean by that is you make the wireframes. You have those saved on Behance, Dribble, somewhere like that. You make the prototypes. Those are also saved on Behance, Dribble, somewhere like that. You use Trello, Asana, Jira, whatever free platform you can find, and make a project for creating these portfolio sites. And then link that to them. Be like, look, I've made a few sites like this. Here's my previous project that I worked on. So you can link them your Dribble, you can link them your GitHub, and you can link them you documenting that push every day, and they can see your notes, and just make the Trello board public and open for people to see that you have work ethic when no one's forcing you to work. I don't know if that helps, Ashley. So John Sonmez, he outsources a lot. Just remember that. Tiago, appreciate the help, man. I hope it helps. Definitely check out Glassdoor here. If you find a negative review like that on the second Google result, you know people have been clicking on that and reading it. You really helped me last year. Cheers, mate. Austin, dude. You're the man. I have this dog squeaker thing. My dog's like ripped apart their little stuffed animal, and somehow that's what you guys keep hearing occasionally. Saw some positions that want applicants to know Python for backend. Yeah, you're gonna be making automated jobs. All right, glad to know. Good stuff, Ashley. Thanks for the question. Yeah, if you can do design and develop, you're kind of like a unicorn. So it's like it's different sides of your brain. So if you can be a designer and a developer and be like actually good, most people are like, I'm a designer and a developer, but they tend to lean more towards one or the other. But if you're like 50-50, you're a unicorn. Do I still do portfolio reviews? Yes. Nice gaming chair. It's the Discount DX Racer. It's called the Von Racer. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for noticing. What did I miss here? Oh, Pramp. Yeah, fans of Penguin. Yeah, you could do Pramp. I don't know if they're doing design. All right, so Bojan. Don't Hall of Shame my portfolio. I won't. Junior PHP dev responded to 51 to 74% applications in the last 30 days, typically within 1 day. I'm going to guess this is an automated response of a HackerRank problem. But did you apply to it? What was your experience like? 50,000 to 55,000 a year. This was my exact job. Let's take a look at what we got here. Let me swap over. All right. Let's see. Strong knowledge of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP. Experience with LAMP. So Laravel would be good here. They're probably not using this, but they want you to be familiar with MVC concepts. AWS, you're probably not going to be doing that, but they might be like, hey, go check out our AWS and get this sorted. But that'll typically be the DevOps guy. 2 years required. Okay, let me give you a little pro tip here. When you apply to this, there's going to be this little thing that pops up probably, and you fill this out with whatever, and it's going to say, do you have 2 years experience? If you put no because you want to be honest and fair and want a chance at, talking, you're going to get eliminated. I've posted job postings on Indeed.com before, and if you're honest and you say, I have 2.6 years experience, but I don't have 3, you're boom, done, slashed, eliminated. This is automatically negated by Indeed. It doesn't go to the HR lady. Okay, so whenever you see these little location and then a bullet point, experience and a bullet point, work authorization and bullet point. These are settings on the back end side of Indeed.com's posting system, and you can set the filter to hit these things. So just remember that when you're applying to this. If you're feeling like, well, I should be honest because just remember. Had 2 meetings in 3 days going again for a 2-hour project test. Okay, it's not so much about the end point of the project. It's just about being able to communicate with your coworkers and seeing how well you do things by yourself. Ask to be paid for this, by the way. 2 hours of an on-site interview, you should ask to be compensated, or at least free lunch. I would just be like, is lunch provided? At least ask that. If they say no, it doesn't matter. You already have the interview. But you at least show that you value your time. What, junior's going to have 2 years of PHP? Yeah, the HR lady wrote this. Ignore this. I will be paid. They told me. All right, good. What keywords do you type to search for jobs on these sites? I literally just type software developer or developer. Someone from your channel recognized me at a meetup? Oh boy. You feel slightly famous? Alan, dude, this is why you got to make your own brand. No, you don't do it for the fame. Do it to help people. Tried your first behavioral interview yesterday thanks to this channel. Dude, it's pretty, like, they're pretty good. I like Pramp. Actually, Pramp messaged me. They told me, they sent me an email last week, and they're like, sorry, Josh, our company's moving a different way. We're not using YouTube anymore. And I was like, all right. Sad to see that happen. But this is one of those things, right? So, like, it was kind of like a partnership that we had with Pramp, and we were, like, planning to do videos and, like, figure out, like, because I like that. Like, I haven't seen a company that, and then they leave, right? And so now you're like, well, that was kind of a piece of my income. So, you know, that's kind of like when entrepreneurs talk about when things are going good and bad, and when someone's like, sorry, we got a split partnership, and you're like, luckily you got to try to have multiple forms of revenue so that when those things happen, it's just kind of like, well, got another one. All right, we got Zach Middleton. You did, oh, by the way, you did go to Glassdoor and look this up, right? Just making sure. Junior data engineer, let's hit this up. Knowledge of AWS. You can write SQL, shell scripting, so I would look up shell scripting. I don't know if you know that already. Bachelor's, okay, ignore. Proven ability to work well. How do you prove this? Like, I didn't get fired? Or like, I don't know. Maybe referrals would go good here. Even better if you have a degree with 2 years experience. Okay, ignore. How is this a junior data and you have a master's with 2 years experience? So, will be entrepreneurial and will successfully challenge existing paradigms. So, if you're not coming to the bosses with ideas, they're probably going to say goodbye. Right, so this seems like one of those jobs where you can't just take what they tell you to do and go do it and then expect to just be paid for it and have your job for a while. This is one of those things where they give you something and you say, actually, I think it would work better if we did this way. Let's set up a meeting and talk about this. That's what this company wants. Some companies are just like, here's your task, go do it, do your job, here's your salary, get paid. Thanks for being part of the company family, whatever, right? I'd be very like aware when you read these things on these, and I would tailor your cover letter to be like, look, I'm an entrepreneurial minded individual, and I've been approaching, I love challenging the status quo, and I love looking at the best ways to do things, but at the same time I like to get work done. I don't know, that's kind of what I would word. Josh, to get your link to start job. Post again. Jared Johnson, what's up, man? Data jobs require too much experience along with the master. You can just ignore it. Require. Okay, just apply anyways. I bet if you could convince them that you are like, you kind of like, if you suck at data, but you're like good at everything else, then you're an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurs tend to have sales skills and persuasion skills. And I think that would shine through. Just be like, look, I'm learning data. I want to learn it. But I have all these other skills, and because you have all these other skills, you should be able to persuade them to let you into the interview, which would, again, reaffirm that you're entrepreneurial, and that's what they want in this job posting. I feel like I'm ranting. Scroll down for English, okay. All right, Amelia. C#, React, SQL Server, continuous integration, mobile app on React and Cordova. Interact with all departments, so you might hit up some customer support tickets once in a while, you might do some marketing, and you might have to do, I doubt you'll do sales, but you might have to talk to the sales guy that's like, hey, what does that thing do on the website again? I need to know how to tell this customer how to, like, that happened to me a lot. They want you to be bilingual, so yeah, I mean, you're in Montreal. Agile, knowledge of, not working experience, knowledge of. Keep that in mind. 3 to 4 years experience, ignore. Yeah, I mean, online registration and digital management software solutions to recreate organizations such as cheer gyms, gymnastics. Okay, so like I don't even know what that sentence says. I feel like that was written by like a lawyer We provide online registration and digital management software solutions. Every time I read software solutions, management software, software complex solutions, solving problems easily through complex means, solutions, like, I don't know, dude. I feel like I just read the same sentence over and over every time someone describes like a SaaS company. So it's safe to say that when these things ask for X amount of years, you just ignore it. Yeah, you just ignore it. What happens if you ignore it and you apply anyways? They either, number one, don't respond, which who cares? You spent 5 minutes applying. And then number two, they respond and say no, and who cares? 5 minutes applying. And then number three, they're like, actually, yeah, we have an opening, but we haven't posted it yet. You know how many interviews that I've gotten from people that are like, actually, we do have a position that actually matches your skill set right now. We haven't posted it yet, but we'd like to talk to you about it. Are you okay in coming in for an interview? I've had that happen many times. I should write this down in a book and just post this, like, Guide to Getting a Job by Josh. Well, I don't know. Would you guys get that? I feel like it would be a lot more bullet pointed than just a live stream of like me randomly blurting gyms as they come. Josh, by the way, that this is your company. So you're baiting me. I still don't feel like I've inaccurately interpreted your company. I feel like this is still pretty correct. But they don't care if you're right. So like if you work here, Mike, and this says 3 to 4 years experience, and you work there and you graduated boot camp like 3 months ago, that's your proof, chat. So Mike graduated boot camp like 3 months ago or like a month ago, and he has this job or an internship leading to this job. So after like 6 months, he gets this job. That's still not 3 to 4 years experience. You would love the PDF? Okay, cool. Reddit would be interesting. You'll buy a book? Cool. Josh, by the way, if they ask about your year's experience and you're just stepping into the door, what can you say? All you have is your project certs. What else? You should be like, if they ask about year's experience, I always just kind of swerve. I always just kind of like, just swerve that, bob and weave a little bit. Well, actually, I'm new to the industry, but I'm currently learning X. Swerve. And if they really want to know your years, they'll ask again. Then you can be like, I have 3 months. Some people say no one looks at cover letter. Others say always do it unless your resume goes in trash. I'm confused. Which is it? What? Yeah. You're confused. Which is it? Well, we're like a chat of like some people, so you're gonna get mixed answers. I'm very pro cover letter. Every time I ask my job why you hire me, it's like, well, we thought your cover letter was really engaging, and we appreciate your honesty and passion about learning. And we like that you brought ideas to us all the time for improvement. That's what they said. But portfolio, right? Instead of a book, you could just make a frequently asked questions video and a bot that you can summon here with a link to it. That's way too much work. All right, let's hit up Sojourner 116. See what we got going here for this job. If you're here and you're enjoying the stream, please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. I would appreciate it. If you're getting anything out of this, just let me know with a like. Marketing with a proven return. Join the team. All right, we want web dev. Broad knowledge. The applicant can take designs and make them into a responsive layout. So SSL. Isn't that like an Nintendo 64 game? Like SSX Tricky or whatever. Building server security, CMS. Building, setting up UX for account and cart pages. What do they do? This seems like a company that sets up Shopify's for people. Oh, nope. It's WooCommerce.
Auto shutdown initiated.
Okay. Auto shutdown. Alright, I'll just take these off then. Okay. Well, you can get in contact with her directly here. There's email, info, or you can call her. So I would skip this whole entire process and I would just go straight to the phone call here. Yeah, definitely apply. It doesn't, like, this seems like a pretty small company. I mean, let's see what this is made with. WordPress. I don't know what I expected, but you can kind of see that in that this picture is stretched out here with this image. So I can't imagine that they have a developer there, like a real developer there, because they would have probably noticed this, or at least like a design person, and like fixed this image, because you don't want to put text on images. That's just kind of a bad design rule of thumb. Don't put text on images, because images stretch and then your text stretches and then everything gets out of proportion. They should know to layer this. I don't know what they're doing, but maybe mention that when you apply. That's what I would do. I would be like, oh, I noticed one thing that you put text on this image here, and as a developer, one of the first things I would do would go and separate this image from your text. That way it doesn't get distorted with the aspect ratio, and that would prove basically you have all those skills that they're looking for down there in the description. Does that help? NBC Universal rejected me because all I had were projects in one tech support position. It's okay. You don't want to work there if that's how they value you. Like, people get really upset because they really want to work somewhere. But think about it. If they don't want to work with you, why would you get so upset and up in arms about it? Unless you have the opportunity to be like, well, hold on, let's talk about it. And then they still tell you no. Yeah, then it's no big deal. I don't want to work with someone who like thinks less of me because of something silly. Oh man, thanks. All right, Soldier. What's a WordPress? A WordPress is a CMS. Content management. Auto shutdown, baby. All right, we'll do like two more, and then I have to go to sleep. I don't have to go to sleep, but I need to make a video with Patrick and then go to sleep. Chauvin, all right. Let's see. You just typed in Q software. I don't know what we're doing here. Online versus bootcamp for front end. I don't know what you mean. It depends on how you learn, mainly. All right, here we go. 130 to 180. Captain Splash here. I just want you to be aware that this interview process is going to be insane. So obviously the first things you need to do is you need to read every single thing in this post. 2-minute product demo. You better watch the shit out of this movie. Company information. You better read all these facts on this PDF. Pre-IPO options. Okay. Don't get hung up on this money, right? You're going to get distracted thinking about how this money, you don't even stand a chance at this yet. You have to learn everything you can about this company. 3 years experience for 130 to 180. I feel like they want more than 3. Okay, so senior software engineer, 3+ years. Does that really match up? There's kind of some, Let's look at their fact sheet. Yeah, so if I was going to apply to this position for this kind of salary, I would know every single one of these links. Oh, it's also a startup. I see a Crunchbase here. If you guys don't know what Crunchbase is, if you're applying to a startup and you want to know if they just say VC funded, what that means is they have money from investors, from venture capitalists or angel investors, but they don't really say how much, and it's your job, it's your life, it's your bills. You want to make sure you're not going to be homeless? Look at how much money they got via Crunchbase. Sometimes it shows, yeah, okay, so they got $23 million in funding. They're on Series B, so their last funding was Series B. They're going to be on Series C if they choose to, or they might do IPO because they mentioned pre-IPO. So this seems pretty secure. Still a small company though, and that's a shitload of money that they're going to pay. So I would know everything about this company. I'd be like, oh yeah, so I heard I did the research. You guys got 23 million in funding in your Series B round, and you're looking for pre-IPO and like blah blah blah. Like, you need to know everything about this programming job and about the business. Someone asks you for your business card at tonight's meetup. Stop hating on me. That person doesn't know how to do marketing then, I guess. Can you do a video on Divi theme? I guess, if you wanted. Do you do one-on-one coaching? What's the process in getting in on that? Yeah, I do. It's on my website. I mean, it costs money. I'm kind of like picky. I don't like selling my time too much, so you have to be like serious about it. Let's look up Douglas. Hits me with this Austin, Texas job here. 87K. Bachelor's in computer science. Ignore. There's not a whole lot going on here. It's Facebook, so I'm sure they're not going to expand on what specific project that this is for. I'm sure they just bring you in and you'll be doing something in the community section of Facebook. Like maybe Facebook Groups is doing this brand new thing, or I have no idea. I'm really just guessing. But you can look at interviews. Top company. Facebook is officially the best place to work. Neat. Reviews maybe? Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Facebook is just going to be a lot of HackerRank, interview cake, algorithm stuff for Facebook. It's like Google. Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, all algorithms. And then they don't really say like the job position of what you'll be doing. They just figure out if you're smart enough, they'll put you on a team, and then you'll do what you do. Community operations, modding, pop-ups, pictures, maybe. I think that'd be more of like a customer support role, like managing flagged posts and reported posts and stuff like that. Or you might just be writing a machine learning algorithm, since the whole 10-year challenge is really hot right now. Basically, Facebook is going to town on machine learning algorithms with a 10-year challenge of how to look for aging people in roughly a 10-year range, right? So now they can take anyone and they know your age and they can roughly guess what you know. That's some good data. Ultimate Software in Florida? I haven't, Caesar. Good night, Alice. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully it helped. Phone interview tomorrow about JavaScript. How the question usually will be. I don't know what you're going to be doing at the job. It's probably related to the job. I can't say. It might be. Phone interviews are typically screenings. If they want more, it'll be like a video interview. So when you say you have a video interview, yeah, then I could maybe give you more. But phone interviews, like, what do you know about us? What is your core values? How long have you been in the industry? Why do you want to work here? Like, that's probably what they'll ask. Let's see. What did I miss? Crunchbase. I missed a Crunchbase one. Empiric Health. $3 million in funding. So $3 million in funding will go roughly about 2 years at a burn rate of roughly $11,000 a month. The startup that I worked at had a burn rate of about $11,000 a month, and they had 1.5 million in funding, and yeah, we could survive for a year. and then they were going to do a Series B round, and the business model changed up, and the investors were like, yeah, we're not doing any Series B round until you figure this out. And so naturally, me as the junior guy was like, they were like, hey Josh, we don't got any money for you, bud. And I was like, okay. That's literally how it was. He's like, Josh, I think we've had these meetings, about every week, and the investors aren't happy. And I was like, you want me to go get my laptop? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, all right. Malik, what's up, man? Do you work for Facebook? No. Does YouTube have enough content for basics to advanced for learning front end? Absolutely. Go to, what's his name? Traversing Media is good. I don't know. I made a whole video, 20 plus resources, and I start off with a bunch of YouTube ones. You don't even have to watch the video. Just go to the comments and click all the links. What else? How many startups have you seen fail? A lot. A lot. The company that I rejected because I saw everyone on their LinkedIn basically get laid off at roughly the same time, like 12 people. I went to research the company on LinkedIn, and like 12 people had just recently quit the company. And then the company got another job, and so they were like, oh, we don't have any devs, let's just hire a new one. And then I was all excited because I thought they were like going good, and I linked in my blog, and I was like, yo, read this, I love your company, I want to work here, I wrote about it like a year ago. And then they're like, oh yeah. And then I realized everyone had gotten laid off because they're a design company, and occasionally they do dev, and they just hire someone for like a month without telling you that. What are your broad strokes thoughts? What up? Josh has a LLC, so isn't Josh a startup? Startups typically mean that you have like venture capital money in the traditional sense. I don't have a SaaS service. I would say that I'm a small business owner, or more like entrepreneur, right? I do everything myself. I bootstrap myself. I don't have any, negative loans taken out from investors or anything like that. I do everything myself, and then I outsource when needed, which I haven't done yet because I don't have enough money. But I'm more in that mindset. I guess that's it. I think we're good. This has been a good stream. I hope it's been good for you guys. I think I've dropped some gems. We found some pretty good jobs, some okay jobs, and some jobs that you should avoid. I think probably what we'll do here, maybe tomorrow, is Patrick and I will do a stream of him applying to jobs, and he's getting to the end of Lambda now. He's got like a month left, and I think him and I will just go job to job, and I'll answer questions, and I'll tell him what to do and what to write, and you guys can just watch all that if you want. I think that'd be a good stream. Cool. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Please hit the thumbs up before you check out. I'd appreciate that. And if you got any questions, you guys can always just shoot me an email and whatnot. And thanks for supporting the channel, all the donations, and you guys are the best. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.